between killing ads, quote unquote padding, and what I consider scumbagging. This is something I've had to deal a lot with as a monk because our AoE is very good. You constantly will get criticism by people and say that you're just padding on ads and that you're being a scumbag. But today I'm actually going to discuss what it is they're referring to, and if you are actually being a scumbag, or if you are padding, or if you're just killing necessary ads. So let's go over what I consider just killing ads. Okay, this is completely okay. This is actually encouraged to kill ads. If you're wiping to the boss, the raid leader is going to be looking at damage done to these ads, and he's gonna be asking people, try to pick up your damage to these kinds of ads. So I'm gonna look at Spellblade in Nighthold, the elementals. I think all of these elementals can be quite dangerous. I would say fire especially, and well, I guess arcane. They can also blow up if you do not kill them in time. So killing these ads and blowing your cooldowns on these ads, I think, is extremely acceptable. I think you'll be applauded if you do high damage to these things. Another example of this is on Tichondrius. There's actually quite a bit of ads on this fight, and I consider all damage to these ads acceptable, and it's good damage to be doing. Especially the damage to the bats in the second phase. The more damage that you do to these, the more of them that spawn, and the more buffs that you can get for your raid. This is absolutely important. On Mythic, if you do not get a buff, you will get one shot if the phase ends. I think I know in our raids, we have like 2 or 3 people that are really good AoE, and we try to let them get the buff first so that they can kill even more ads, so that the rest of the raid can get it. Damage to these ads is important, and it is not scumbagging, it is not padding. If you are doing good damage to these ads, you are helping the raid out. I would also apply it to the bloods and to the ads that come out in the third phase. I think all of this damage is 100% acceptable and should even be rewarded for doing good damage to them. So now we're going to move on to the next section, which is what I call padding. Padding is basically killing ads that are not of super high priority, but you're kind of doing it to, I guess some people do it to make their numbers look better, but these ads do need to die at some point. You do not want to get overrun by them, so you need someone doing it. You need maybe a few people doing it. You just don't want your whole raid, speccing into AoE talents, and really, you don't want the whole raid going for it, but you do need some people to kill them. Examples of this is Scorpion. I would consider it padding to be focusing the ads really hard. Other than like the one big ad that's red. If you're just like really padding on the small ads and you're like purposely getting knocked back, I would say that's more padding. Actually, that could be more along the lines of scumbagging. I'll maybe refer back to this one, but another example of padding is on Helia in Trial of Valor. There's the little minions that come out, and if you have like 10 of your DPS just all trying to AoE and do good damage, then that's going to be a problem. But having 1 or 2 people, having maybe 3 people killing the ads, and then having the rest of the raid up on the platforms killing the tentacles, I think that's totally fine. And I guess I would consider this padding, of the 2 people that you have down killing the minions. And so let's just go to the next category, which I think is what a lot of people mean when they say padding, because I believe padding has like a negative connotation with it. So I want to talk about scumbagging, and scumbagging is basically where you're going out of your way to do AoE damage and that it's actually negatively impacting the raid. The other two categories, they don't negatively impact the raid by any means. When you're killing these ads, it's not doing anything wrong. But I'm gonna go over fights where if you're killing the ads, that you actually could be doing it wrong. So we're gonna go to Il'gynoth in Emerald Nightmare. If you're killing the Ickers, let me see if there's a model of them. If you're killing these ads before they get under the eye and they're exploding, and so you're making it so that you cannot phase into phase 2, that is called scumbagging. That is poor play, and you should not be doing that. Now, once the ads are under the eye and you're doing, you could possibly pop cooldowns on them, that is fine. That is 100% okay. The ads need to die within a reasonable amount of time so that more tentacles do not spawn. But if you are killing them not under the eye, that is scumbagging and you're wrong. The next one I'm going to go over is, and this one's a little bit debatable, and it mostly only matters on higher Mythic Plus. But in Eye of Jara, the first boss, Warlord, he calls some ads to help him. And basically the whole role of these ads is so that when he throws the spear, that you can line of sight behind the ad and it will impale the ad and not a party member. Like I said, this doesn't really matter, especially on like a heroic or low mythics. The spear doesn't matter. You can ice block it, you can turtle it, you can use all kinds of cooldowns, or you can have your tank use it, you can bubble it, blah blah blah. I think this matters on high mythics, especially on Tyrannical, where the boss is going to be living an extended amount of time. I would consider this scumbagging if you're going out of your way to AoE the ads. And I think you can screw your group over doing it, and so that is wrong, and you should not be doing that. The next one is, again, in Emerald Nightmare. We're going to go to Cenarius. We're going to go to the Wisps. Actually, I don't know if there's the model for them here. It doesn't look like it. But the Wisp come out, and when they die, they explode and they do damage to the entire raid. And especially if they're near the boss and the boss has thorns up, not only are you going to be damaging yourself, but when you kill the ad, it's going to explode. And if they're particularly grouped up and the group is not ready and you're just popping all of your cooldowns on them and you're trying to explode them instantly, you are going to wipe the raid and it is going to not be good. This is scumbagging. Now obviously if you play it better and your healers know you're going to do it and they have cooldowns running and it's planned within the raid, then it's fine. But if you're just padding and you're just trying to do the most amount of damage because you can do more damage on AoE, but you're killing your raid, that's scumbagging and it's wrong. So I guess you could. I'm gonna go back to Scorpion because I think this fight could easily become padding, and then it could also become scumbagging. Now, if you're purposefully avoiding the shockwave and you're not LOSing and you're getting knocked back into the ads, I think that is considered scumbagging. You're taking more damage and you're forcing ads to come into the fight. And again, this is without approval of your raid leader. If this is your strategy and this is how you want to do the fight, then that's fine. It's not considered scumbagging. But if you're the person in the raid who just wants higher numbers and is saving all of his cooldowns and purposefully doing it, then that is considered scumbagging. But if you are just if you're still LOSing the shockwave and you just you kill the ads when they come in, that's not bad. That's that's totally fine, and you should not feel bad for doing that. I guess the reason I'm making this video is because it's kind of annoying to get constantly told that you're padding and that you're it kind of has this negative connotation that you're just you're just being really selfish and that you're kind of being a dick to the rest of the raid, when in reality that's not really true. Now, if you are scumbagging, then that is exactly what you're doing. But if you're killing ads or you're padding on ads, then I don't believe that that's the case, and you should not feel bad for doing it. So I hope you guys understood and maybe agree. If you disagree with me, please let me know. Please let me give me examples of why you think of why you think that, and I will, I'll consider it. I'm not completely closed-minded on this, but you're gonna have to come up with a really good example because I have thought quite a bit about this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.